Hi, my name is Monte Tilgner with the Iowa High School Athletics Association. This training tape will focus on plays that will help our seven-man crews who are working semifinal and championship games in the Unidome coming up. So we got 10 plays to look at. Let's go ahead and get started. This first one here, just talking about a few things. First of all, initial responsibilities of who we're watching. And we've got our side judge who always has our outside guy. This guy is in motion, but he's definitely outside these two. These two are both they're stacked. So with no one really pressed, we would, even if we did have a press here, we would have the headline judge and the back judge on the this first receiver of the stack. And if we continue then and run this play through, you can see at some point they're going to kind of declare their routes, and somebody's going to break off probably and go short, and whoever breaks off and runs a short route, in this case a short out route, that will be picked up by our headline judge. And the receiver that's running a little deeper route, whether it be a little hook route right here or continued a post or something like that, that would be picked up by our back judge. So just talking about keys and responsibilities, and when they're free of foul, when receivers are free of foul, is when we can kind of shift and pick up people who are coming into our zone and do a better job of officiating in that case. Next play again. This is our initial responsibilities, and again, if players are free of foul, we can switch and take up players that end up in our zone. So again, this is just a lot of common sense. Again, we have one receiver who runs a shorter route, even though this initially was our deep wings responsibility at the start. You can see when he breaks off this route at about 10, 11 yards. Our short wing can pick him up because we have a player who is running a vertical route right at our deep wing, and then we have someone running a route in the middle. So it would be okay if our deep wing initially was on this receiver as well, especially when he breaks that route off, because that's when he would possibly get grabbed for a D hold. But as soon as, again, we don't have that, our line of scrimmage official would pick this up, and he would just, common sense would say, be releasing this player running a deeper route to our deep wing. And really good read and cushion by the back judge on this. This is a 5-man crew, but if we had a 7-man crew out here, we would expect our line judge to be right about at the 10-yard line, 15 maybe if he didn't have the greatest jump on that. But we'd like you to have that cushion if at all possible, and try to beat them to the goal line. All right, next play we've got is just talking about blocking assignments, whether this be a swing pass or if this was like a quick pitch or something like that. Remember, the deep wings are going to be working, from the outside in, looking for their blocking responsibilities at the point of attack. So they're coming this way with their blocks, while the back judge will be coming from the inside out. So if we've got two blocks like this, just talking from our deep three perspective, we would have our back judge should expect that the deep wing will take the outside of those two blocks, and our back judge would take the inside of those two blocks. So again, just a lot of common sense there on who's going to pick up what blocks, but just reminders. Okay, we're snapping this ball at the 7-yard line. So we have the line to gain at the 3, it looks like. So again, our H is going to, at the snap, since we're inside the 10, at or inside the 10, we're going to release immediately. And we're going to first, if we have a line to gain, we're going to go to that line to gain. As soon as we feel that line to gain is going to be reached, we're going to continue to that goal line. And when we go to that goal line pylon, remember, we want to diagonal back and be back here where we have a safe distance and just a wider view as well to be able to see, especially if some action comes right at that pylon. Our side judge, remember, you're going to set up right here, just about a half a yard off that pylon, and have it where you have your belt buckle pylon in line with where that quarterback would throw a pass. So if you throw a fade pass, you'd be in line with where he's going to release that ball. And then the key is, if you're working this deep wing spot, if he's going to throw a fade, you want to hold that position right there with your belt buckle in line with that quarterback. And then if that fade is thrown this way, you would simply take a step here and you'd be looking right down that line. However, if that fade would be thrown to this side, you simply would take a step and you would be here again. Then you'd be looking right down. My bad. That's not right. You would take a step here and you'd be looking right down this line. So one way or another, one quick side step, and you're looking right down the line that we need you to be on. On this play, yep, just right up with the post there. The advantages we would have, we should have already been closer to this goal line. We didn't release well at the snap, but we would be getting that snap sooner, and we would be able to have more eyes on this potential catch and action on that receiver. On plays like this, we just have a huge advantage. Our deep wing is already going to be stationary at the goal line extended. So we're snapping this ball at the 12-yard line. You can't see our deep wing. He's just outside the picture here. Or our short wing, I'm sorry, our H is going to be here at the 12. Our line to gain is a 2. So, but our side judge would be right here. And when that ball's being snapped at or inside the 15, especially, get yourself back here to this back limit line. So you'd be standing right here. And again, you're just going to be squared up. You can have your belt buckle facing here, but you need to be able to square up and be looking right down this goal line on a play that reaches that. These people here, especially this guy, definitely are not back far enough. None of these guys are. They need to be back behind that restraining line. Even cameramen are supposed to be back behind that second restraining line. So just a lot better opportunity to be able to cover a play like this. And in this case, we would have a deep wing who would be right on that line and be able to make the proper decision on where that ball is in relation to the goal line when the first body part is down. In 5-man, we would be going to the goal line at that point. We might not be there, and it would be a lot harder to make a great ruling. With 7, we really should be able to have the best possible ruling on that play. All right, next one here, just talking about when a passer gets hit like this, we want to totally leave this responsibility of this pass fumble situation to a referee. You can see our headline judge here is signaling incomplete pass. When he gets hit, you don't know for sure. One, you shouldn't be looking at the quarterback when we're in a passing situation anyway. And if you're looking through and looking at who he's throwing that ball to, which is, really we want our deep wing to be on this action, and we need you on that action. This out route is right when he's going to get grabbed. So you might get some help from your deep wing because his guy's free of foul, but headline judge, you need to be on this action. The important thing is, though, that umpires or short wings, when you see what you think here is a forward pass, you need to leave this to a referee because he's the one that sees it. He's the one that is staring right at it to make a judgment, because it certainly looks like this guy gets hit and we have a loose ball in this hand before it goes forward, which in that case would make it a fumble. This is the referee's call. Let him own this baby, and we got a much better opportunity to get it right. This is just an interesting one that I saw. We have only 3 kickers on the side, only 3 players on the side of the kicker. And remember, if they would be like this, when the ball is kicked, it is a dead ball foul for illegal formation. So who's going to pick this up? really it could be anybody. There's times when it might be, if especially if they're running at angles, it might be something where the referee from all the way downfield has the best view to see who's on which, how many players on each side of the ball. But if you ever see a formation like this, we should be on the 0-2-0 right now saying, hey, I've got only 3 on this side. If they kick it and only have 3 on this side, we're going to have a dead ball. And if we have that over the 0-2-0, we're going to be prepared for it, and we're going to make sure that we get that. And that would be a foul, dead ball right at that spot. And it looks like we did not get that handled well. Sorry about the audio there. Okay, this was one that was sent to me by a crew. So you can see this is their comments here. And this is a referee, I believe, saying, I saw the block, very tight to block below the waist. And it looks like he might be lunging at the ball carrier. So, is this a foul or not? They were going to discuss it. And I come in here with a comment, first of all, saying, in 7-man, the S might see this low block, but the back judge in 5 or 7 should be all over this. So my next comment, if I go forward, is this. This is a foul for a illegal block below the waist. The defender is not allowed to go low on a lead blocker, even if he's trying to get to the runner. In other words, he can't go low through a blocker to get to a runner. He can only go low on the runner himself. And again, this is one we would want to flag on. Back judge, this would be your primary. Remember, back judge, your primary in the first blocks, the second level, and on runs between the tackles. And this is safety foul and one that we should see. So again, going back just a little bit of where this comes from, we would expect our deep wing to be on this at the top of the screen. Our short wing is going to be responsible for this block and action around the runner. Back judge, we want to see this guy coming out, and this would be one that both the side judge and the back judge could pick up, and definitely one that we would want to call for illegal block below the waist. All right, next one here. Again, just showing how we work with 7-man. The back judge works on blocks from the inside out. The side judge from the outside in. So this is a sweep play and a little pitch here. Excellent movement by our H. Get a little more depth, and I think he does back up here if we watch. But again, side judge on this block, back judge on this block, and we're going to have excellent coverage, that being the case. Our line of scrimmage guy, again, don't come up. In fact, go back so you have a better view and you can be stationary. And we would be able to handle that play very, very well. This is just a reminder, both wings should be flowing to the line to gain. This is a third down play. See third down on the box here. So we should both flow to the line to gain at the snap. We're a little slow doing so. We do get there with our line judge, but our headline judge has remained at the previous spot. So we would want you both to be going. However, even if this is a first or second down play, if our line judge comes down the field here, he's going to have a great view of this, this progress, and these out passes, these kind of little button hooks that we have, or these comebackers, are ones that cross-field mechanics can be so beneficial. Even if our headline judge is at the line to gain here, he'd be backing up, and he'd be pretty close to this action, even though he's in proper position. But from across field, you have a much better opportunity to get a great view of that spot. And again, this is going to be one that, if it would be completed, we would be winding that inbounds as he would be driven backward. I think that might be it. Yes, that's it. So just 10 plays to look at, about 15 minutes. Good luck the next couple weeks as you work. And those of you working Friday, Saturday, I'll be down there to see you. Looking forward to it. have great preparation, and have great games. Talk to you again next week.